Anthony Hartwig here with a Crestview girls basketball player profile. We are joined today by freshman Kerrigan Miller. Kerrigan, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So here you are, your freshman year. First question is, what has it been like stepping on the varsity floor and finding confidence and being an impact on this team right away?
It's just been like a really amazing experience, and just being around everyone and stepping onto the court, just it makes me feel like I've learned a lot from everyone, and I just think it's really cool that I get to play with such good people who I feel like they make me better.
What a way to start your career. I mean, here you are 22-0, you haven't lost yet. What has this roller coaster of a season been like?
I think it's been really fun. I've liked it. It's also been kind of stressful trying to make sure that we've kept up our win streak and all that stuff. And I just, I just thought it's been like a really good season, and I've enjoyed it a lot so far.
You guys have wrapped up the regular season. Let's go back to game one when you got on the floor for the first time. What were some things going through your head as a freshman get on the floor for the first time in game one?
Kind of to just do my best and play hard and set other people up and make sure I was doing my best. I had some nerves and I was definitely a little nervous, but I just tried to play my hardest and keep up intensity.
Scale of 1 to 10, where do you think your nerves were on that night?
I'd probably say just like a 7 because I was scared of messing up, but I also felt like I had my teammates around me who would help me and just make sure everything went okay.
Yeah, you talk about the teammates. You have great leaders on this team. How much have they helped you this year? Staying confident and staying in the right mental state.
They've helped me a lot, especially Ava Busey. She's just been so like I don't supportive of all of us, and she's just always making sure that we're in the right head mindset. And Addison Rhodes is always pushing us, and I just think they're really great teammates.
Let's talk about this coaching staff. What were some of your first impressions of them and first interactions with Coach Blatch and his crew?
Some of my first interactions with them were in middle school whenever we would play in just this little league with all of my teammates, and I just I just thought they were like really good coaches. They cared about you as a player and wanted to make sure that everything was okay with you, and they put you first as a player. I just really think they're great coaches, and they always want us to be our best player and our best selves.
When you saw the success that the varsity team was having the last couple of years when you were in seventh and eighth grade, how excited did that make you to come onto the team and make an impact now as a freshman?
That made me really excited, and I was just couldn't wait to get up and play with such great people. And I just wanted to make sure that I could bring my best self to the table and help them as much as I could.
Who do you think you've gotten the closest to over the span of the season as far as your teammates go?
Um, I'd say I've gotten closest with Lorraine, and because I wasn't really close with her before the season started, and then we sort of started a friendship, me and her, and I think we've bonded and become good friends now.
Let's talk about your basketball journey, where it started, and when did you start to fall in love with the sport of basketball?
I've always played basketball. My dad has always like coached me in little league and upward and all sorts of things. He's always taught me and been outside in the driveway doing drills with me. And just watching my brother play basketball really inspired me to want to play and be good at what I was doing. And he just really inspired me, and I was playing against him just started my love with basketball.
How much of a support system has your brother been throughout your career now that you are officially in the varsity world? How much has he helped you, with everything that comes with that?
He's really helped me just not be nervous and make sure that I loved the sport and I liked what I was doing. And if I ever felt down on myself, he gave me some confidence, experience, and helped me.
How competitive do you two get with each other?
I'd say we get pretty competitive. We used to play one-on-one outside in the basketball court, and I'd say we got pretty competitive out there. And I would always say I was better, but he always challenged me, and yeah, I'd say we're pretty competitive.
Really competitive on the court. What other things do you guys get competitive at?
We used to get pretty competitive at, hmm, I'd say that's a tough one. We used to get pretty competitive with like just anything that you can really think of. Like we could be
Right.
in the lake, we could be swimming, we could be racing. Who would have the better jump off the slide? Like anything you could think of, me and my brother would compete at.
We're talking about your brother. Let's talk about your family as a whole. What makes them unique to you and special in your eyes, and what is it about your family that you think drives you forward in your career?
I just think my family is special. They just really help me out and they always make sure that I'm okay and they always help me and make me want to be best at whatever I want and they just push me to be better and make sure I'm pursuing what I want to do and they just really help me achieve my dreams and my dad has always pushed me to be the best person and best player I can be as well as my mom. So yeah, they're just really helpful and
This
made who I
year, as
am.
a freshman, you've been introduced to the community of Crestview and how supportive they can be. What's it been like getting the crowds at your games and seeing how much the community loves this girls' basketball program?
It's been really awesome to see, and I just think it's really cool how many people actually will come and support you because I just think it's a really different environment from middle school games where there wasn't as much fans and the gym was smaller, and then you go to the high school gym and there's just way more fans and people who come out to support you. I just think it's really cool that I get to play in that environment.
You have a lot more games, a lot more years in your career. What are some of your goals that you have is that you want to accomplish when you look, back at your senior year and you look back at everything you've done? What are some things that you hope you've accomplished by then?
I hope I've accomplished some if I hope I do just anything I can do, really just I want to try to join my brother up on the 1,000 point board. That I know that is very, very hard to do, but I would love to try to join him up there. And I would just like to start varsity, play even more, probably maybe not start, but at least play more minutes and just work and try my best to get on that court.
Don't just get up there with your brother, beat him. Get more points than your brother. Aim high, and we can always use that as a tool to get at him with. When you think of the future that you have and the things that you're going to be able to do, what are some of the things that you excites you about what can happen with this team, even and down the line with tournaments coming up real quick?
Some of the things that excite me is just making it far into the tournaments and just doing our best and making school history. I think is really exciting. I've never made school history before, and I think it's cool to be a part of a team who does that.
All right, we got to talk about your school life too, because you're a student athlete at Crestview. Student comes first. What has freshman year been like, going into high school and having a freshman year in the classroom?
It's been definitely a lot more challenging and a lot more assignments, and it's been stressful trying to think how these grades they matter, and they give you your GPA, and it all goes into college and stuff. I just think it's been a lot more stressful, but I've been attacking it and achieving it and making sure I have all my stuff done. staying on top, and it's just been different, but it's nice and I like it a lot.
What have been some of your favorite subjects so far your freshman year?
I've really liked Spanish. I just think learning in the class, they just are really nice. And I've also liked geometry because I love my teacher a lot. She's really helpful, and I just like how much I understand it and how that class is nice where I get to have teams and work with other kids.
What subject do you think you have to work the hardest at, or is one of the ones that you really gives you challenges?
I'd say my physical science class has given me some challenges, but I've tried my hardest to just study, work hard, and make sure I'm attentive in class. But that one has definitely been my hardest challenge so far.
You've completed a whole regular season with a freshman being on varsity. For next year's freshman, what advice are you going to give them about going through a freshman year and trying to make an impact on the floor right away?
I'd say play with confidence, make sure you're working hard at practice. Just don't be scared when you go out there and play basketball how you play basketball and just have fun.
All right, Kerrigan, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to take the limelight off of you for a second and turn into your support system, the people that have been there for you throughout your whole career. I want you to give as many shout outs as you want before the end of this interview.
I want to shout out Fiatra Bradley, Madeline English, Breed Across, who have all been very helpful to me as other freshmen that's going through the same things and just working together to play basketball and get on the varsity court. My dad and my mom have also supported me a lot, and my grandma is always coming to my games and being there, just seeing their faces in the stands just helps me get confident and play good basketball, along with my brother and sister who has also been there for me too.
All right, Kerrigan, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and talk to us about your freshman season. We wish you the best of luck in tournament time, and we can't wait to catch up with you again real soon.
Thank you.